I'm Elaine.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to
Legs Out.
And away we go. This is the podcast where we tell you about Formula One our way. The races, the cars, the drivers. We are obsessed.
And here's why you should be too.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Elaine.
We're together, but in separate houses yet again.
We're not quite starting our holiday seasons, but this is our late night session as we put the 2025 season to bed. This is our last little moment to dwell upon all the good, all the excellent, all the best dressed, and we'll do it from my library and from your cute little kitchen.
Yes. So as this season comes to a close and we tuck the F1 season into bed, we are going to break this session up into two little mini pieces for you so that you can spread it out over your holiday and give your relatives something to talk about other than politics.
Yes, it's so much more fun to talk about who had the best overtake of the year or who had the worst suit at the F1 movie. F1 is better.
Exactly. And that's what we want. But first, let's do a quick newsroom. We have very exciting news for you. There is going to be a new oldie but goodie race coming to the calendar.
Yes, Portugal is back. Portimao. I realized that I have been learning pronunciations of many beautiful places around the world from British speakers, and they're great at many things. But you know what they also do is they call Carlos Sainz Carlos. So Portimao, should have looked it up. It's possible that's the anglicized version of a beautiful, beautiful Portuguese city name that I'm butchering. Thanks, the Britons.
That is one we can spend the winter break researching so that when the time comes in 2027, we will be ready with bells on to imitate the heck out of Portuguese, I believe.
So this is both really exciting to me and also a little bit bittersweet because this will be taking the place of Zandvoort in 2027 and 2028. And I love Zandvoort. If you listen to our last episode, both Elaine and I, we were loving all the things that happened at the Dutch Grand Prix. And so it comes down to a matter of not great racing, but instead our good old favorite, fat stacks of cash.
Cash money, baby. That talks in F1, that talks in life, but sometimes it makes you a bigger asshole. So we say goodbye to the lovely Dunes of Depression that gave us the most picturesque Charles Leclerc moment I've ever seen in my life that I would gladly pay someone to paint all over my wall.
All over your wall? Like a giant mural?
Yes, a wall-size mural. Or maybe like in the bathroom, just in my like little half bath. I would love the dunes. And then like Charles sitting slightly sideways, staring off into the distance, feeling so depressed.
I would not go in that room. Straight up wouldn't go in. I'd say no. This is not a room for me or any person who loves the color red.
It's an experience. It's not a room. It's an experience.
I'd prefer to go to Meow Wolf, or I suppose the roller coasters at Circuit of the Americas. Those are the experiences for me. But I really hope that in the future we can go to Portimao because it's a great. That's good. I hope that we could go to this racetrack because it's a really good one. People are really excited that it's back. And we saw it. It was like really pivotal in the COVID years because it was on the calendar in 2020 and 2021. And so this will be a return to good fortunes for Portugal.
Yes, it seems like it's also one of the quote unquote vintage tracks. The first race we saw in Portugal was in 1950. So it has a lot of history to it, which is great. It's always nice to bring back the historic tracks, but R.I.P. Zandvoort. We'll see it again. I am fully convinced this is not the end of Zandvoort by any means. It'll come back.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, do you want to jump right into this is like our superlatives. It's our end of season awards. This is our Grammys, Emmys, all of the above for the good, the bad, and the ugly of this season. Are you ready to jump in?
Yes, please. Let's do it. Let's start with best radio. You take it away, Rachel. What was your best radio of the season?
In a shock to absolutely no one, I already gave this away. I will continue to say this for maybe the rest of my life. Must Be the Water is so iconic. It is shortly followed up by Fernando Alonso saying, I will disconnect the radio, because both of them with their snark makes me delighted and they keep us entertained every single race. Must Be the Water. Bryan and Charles are the best combo.
The most iconic duo aside from Max Verstappen and GP, hands down. And to probably a shock to literally everyone, I am not going to choose a very spicy Verstappen radio, though I want to. Know that I want to. But if I could tattoo "Thank you, Bryan" on my ass, I would. Just thank you, Bryan. The most that gave us so much this season. I think I've said that to you so many times. And I will continue. So, yep, that we can give that award solidly on all accounts to Charles Leclerc with his epic radio.
I'm so glad that Charles won one award this season. Yay! It's not quite a World Drivers' Champion trophy, but it is a great award from us. And you know what, Elaine? No one has said that you can't tattoo this on your butt. There are no rules. You could.
I'd do it if you do it.
Well, okay, so there are rules. Got it.
There are some rules.
This is the one rule. We found it. Good. I feel like the honorable mention should go to Alex Albon, who was angry all year long at his radio engineer. And there are not any specific ones that I'm like, this is ding, 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 straight on. But Alex just being disgruntled gave me a lot of joy this year.
He was spicy. It was like he had a splinter in his finger for all of the races, and he was just ornery. Like, he really was just pissed off about just about everything. And it was out of character for him, which I agree made it that much better.
Alex Albon, who is apparently like the sweetest, kindest human with 13 pets at home, but not on the racetrack. The visor goes down and he got that splinter in his finger. Do you want to talk about most improved?
Yes, although before I do that, I do want to give my honorable mention to GP telling Max that he was not going to argue with him because he was being childish, which was just a cherry on top of the Max Verstappen Sunday that is every one of his radios. Like, yes, Queen GP, go off on your driver, and then keep giving us the spicy sauce because I want all of it. All right. Moving on, most improved. We work through Riverside, and Riverside made us like Spotify's version of like, here's your 2025 year wrapped. Here's how your podcast went. And apparently we said the word Antonelli 5,000 times. Like, more than anything, we have been talking about Kimi Antonelli like water and rain. But I'm not going to give it to Kimi.
Oh,
I'm going to give it to Hadjar. He for sure had the most difficult start, I will say. But also, I thought he demonstrated the most amount of resilience. And I think by the end of the season, we were able to really see his personality shine through, all of his cranky, teenagery hormonalness. After he won that podium, he gets a little confidence. And I think there's a good chance that bumping him up to the Red Bull seat is going to do good things for him. So let's go. Let's fucking go, Hadjar. Get it.
I think I change my mind day to day whether I'm excited or terrified for him to be in the Red Bull seat. It just keeps flip-flopping, and I'm not going to make a decision. It's going to be like a, what's the Giselle with the flower? He loves me not. It's going to be that until March 8th when we're in Australia and we get an actual actionable bit of data about how he's going to do in that race car. I'm so excited, by the way. But yeah, I think he definitely has a bid for most improved. I'm saving him for an award later down. And because I'm not able to give that award to this person, I'm going to give it to Bearman, because I think Oliver Bearman had some like sloppiness in the beginning, not even as a driver, but just as like a procedural operator of the car. Like his racecraft occasionally was a little rookie-ish. He didn't always get the most out of the car. But if you look at his season in comparison to Ocon, who's been around for a really long time, Bearman kind of didn't like smash him, but he arguably very much got the upper hand in that teammate duo. And so by the time he was able to get past the crashing under red flags, getting all 18 10-second penalties that he accrued to the point that we were like, is this another Kevin Magnussen moment where we're about to have a replacement? He, in the back half of the season, only brought speed such that we started talking about, is he going to replace someone at Ferrari in the near future? So I think that is not only a very typical rookie season, but one that points to the fact that he is someone who will continue to be on the grid for a long time and that we really need to keep an eye on.
Yes, we talk a lot about experience and how that can translate into the car, how you are moving the car around the track. Like, yes, maybe you're more, you have more vitality, so to speak, when you're fresh into Formula One, you have more kick in the pants. But the maturity that being on that track in those cars for a long amount of time brings makes something different in the driver. All of that being said, I don't remember watching Ocon once. I really don't. I don't remember seeing him at all. And maybe this is a level of maturity where you just like it's like a flat soda. Like there's no more bubbles in it. It's still okay. You can still drink it. But it's got no zest. It's got no pop. So, I mean, I second Bearman. Not bad.
Yeah, on the topic of Ocon, I feel like he is, as I keep saying recently, a good pair of hands, but the fact that he has been in the vicinity of a top tier team's seat so many times and he keeps being passed over, I think that we can unfortunately conclude that while he is a good benchmark, it's not like going up against anyone absolutely scintillating. And so Bearman beating Ocon, I think, is excellent. I don't think anyone necessarily expected him to beat him in his first season, but I think most people would expect that he would have beat him in his second season. So I'm just excited because, his signed hat is behind me on the camera. I was rooting for him from the beginning, and so this was a nice full circle for both Hadjar and for Bearman, and so I think ding, ding, ding. Most improved. I hope they continue it next season.
Yeah. You can do a lot with a pair of hands. You're right. You can also build a house. You can chauffeur cars like an Uber. You don't have to be in Formula One.
We have been doing this for long enough that often if there is a double entendre to be had, I assume that's the direction you're going. And so when you said you can do a lot of things with your hands, that is where my brain went. Not to building houses. What have you done to me, Elaine?
I just stopped shy of making a masturbation joke because I just sort of fizzled. I flatlined out of that one. I'll save it for, I can do a better one. I can do a better one later. Don't worry.
We count on you for these.
Thank you. Let's do best outfit of the year. Can I answer for you? I feel like I already know what you're going to say.
Yes, go for it.
I'm 100% sure that you were going to say Alex Albon and his girlfriend Lily.
Okay, so I know why you guessed that for me, which is we talked about how much I loved their outfits at the F1 movie, but I will say I was thinking the entire season, and so they were not even on my ranking, and so I now feel sad because you're right. Alex Albon and Lily, his wonderful partner, they should be my answer. So I'm going to put that with an asterisk and say that's like the third option, because if you answered for me, then it's still my answer, right? That math tracks.
So who is your top answer then?
I have two contenders, and I have not decided who wins out of the two, so I'll have to have a final last-minute decision. Number one, you cannot have this discussion without saying Lewis Hamilton. The man hosted the Met Gala again, and he just has such thoughtful style. I really appreciate that about him. I feel like he has been playing with fashion for so long that not only is he pushing boundaries, but he's also very clear that he has his own personal style, but he includes other people in that evolution of the style and often has these really beautiful kind of artistic tie-ins. And so he is definitely spot number one. Spot number two is actually a surprise to me as I was thinking this over. I'm surprised by myself. It's Lando Norris.
Why?
Why? Exactly. I think, similar to Lewis Hamilton, he has found his own niche of what his style is this season. His quadrant brand, he often has these really great jackets. And I think we're seeing him relax into his kind of like street style skater boy, frat boy situation. And while that's not really my vibe, I think I really like that he has found his vibe and I respect it. I like it. He did this like embroidered graphic patch jacket. I don't actually know if that was this season or last, but regardless, it was really good.
Yes. Yeah. And that's funny because when F1 was in Austin, we were toying with the idea of waiting to go into Lando Norris's pop-up. And when I say that line might have been longer than for Lewis Hamilton's pop-up, I wouldn't be joking. I mean, that line spanned blocks and blocks and blocks. So we surreptitiously did not go in. But I'm going to go a different direction. However, you saying Lewis Hamilton definitely makes me change my answer because I was going to say Yuki Tsunoda's style is just about everything for me because he is so short, he is so small, yet that man can rock an oversized everything and make it look so fucking cool. I don't know how he does it. And it's not even like my style, but he owns it so hard and I just love him. I love him so much. R.I.P. Yuki. Now I have to say Lewis Hamilton because his outfit for the Met Gala was some of the classiest shit I've seen. It was stunning and he hired a whole team of black designers to design it for him. Oh my God, chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. He can be not my favorite person on the grid, but that man has style. So you are right about that.
Yeah, Yuki's Hype Beast shoot that he had recently was really, really good. He was probably my like third answer. Sorry, Alex. Sorry, Lily. I also realized that while I wrote in our notes best outfit of the year, I think I was thinking best dressed. I don't have one specific outfit for any of them, but if anyone in our good old group of listeners has a specific outfit, send it to us because that's like the fun little details that add to the racing for us. Like, yes, racing is going to be the number one thing, but when they're all so well dressed, sharply dressed, it's so fun. So add that in.
Oh my God. Yes. And if someone could make an AI version of Fernando Alonso as an AI Santa, oh my, I will personally write you a handwritten thank you note. I would die. Please turn Alonso into a mall Santa. AI can do it.
As much as I hate absolutely everything about this, I can understand and concede that would be hilarious. So I guess if you have the skills to do that, you should probably send it to Elaine, and I'll just never look at it.
It's my Christmas wish, Rachel.
And who am I to deny your Christmas wishes straight from your heart?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I love him as a Santa. All right, so let's end this segment with the best overtake. So, what do you think the best overtake? Oh, can I go? I just want to do it.
Yes.
I just want to do it. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. In a shock to no one, I consider Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri's start in Imola up in the top by far, especially of the starts, because Oscar Piastri has an excellent start, but the overtake that Max Verstappen does within the first few corners, the wheel to wheel, just the guts, the full send, the unapologetic without crashing or destroying someone else's line. They were both following the racing line. Oscar Piastri left him a marginal amount of space on the first corner. So Verstappen left him a marginal amount of space. And who came out on top? Max Verstappen, baby, because his balls are bigger. That's just how it is. The end.
I obviously also really rate that Overtake, gushed about it in our season highs. Imola, those corners. I'm going to continue to be upset about that track leaving because that opening series of corners is so exciting. And yeah, the like baby bit of space that they each gave each other. When we say we want clean, hard racing, that is it. That is what we want on a platter. It was magnificent.
Yes, absolutely. 10 out of 10. And then I believe Imola was the same place that they had that beautiful safety car restart where you got to see it. Is that correct?
It is. It is. It was excellent. And so, yeah, that Overtake is in the top 3 for me. Of course, my other one is Charles pushing past George Russell in a filthy, wonderful, muscly move in the Dutch GP.
You're correct. That was filthy. Capital F, filthy.
Yes, with gravel dust flying and everything. Literally filthy in all the versions of that word. It was magnificent. And then just for the banter, I wanted to pick a third one since I'd already talked about those other ones. Oscar Piastri on Lewis Hamilton in the wet in Australia after he and Lando Norris spun out. Oscar comes back and is driving with a freaking vengeance. And he puts this move on Lewis Hamilton. And yeah, that's one for the record books. In fact, I think that won the March Overtake of the month. You know, crypto.com does like a fan poll and you can vote.
Yeah, it did, in fact, because I just visited that webpage and cast my own vote for Overtake of the Year. Can I tell you who's winning by 30%?
Yes, please tell me.
Max Verstappen at Imola.
Yeah, I think that is what should win, probably. There were some really good ones this year, but I think just all details considered, that is the move of the season.
Yes. Yes. And to your credit, or to your fandom credit, Oscar Piastri has several overtakes of the month because he is robotic and clean, and he gets it done. Even I can admit.
Robotic
even
and
I can admit.
And also aggressive. It's an aggressive robot that you got in that little heart of his.
With teeny tiny raisin balls.
Oh, God. I don't have any clue about the size of any of their raisins. I just can judge on their overtakes, and the overtakes speak well for both drivers we are discussing currently. Do you see how I'm trying to neatly waltz myself out of that?
Yes, you are doing a great job, I will say.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we will pause there for this little mini episode that we're giving you, and we will wish you the best holiday, the merriest, whatever you are celebrating. Thank you for being here with us on this big journey. We love all of you so, so much. And please give us the gift of rating, reviewing, subscribing. And we will be giving you part 2 of this episode next week before New Year's. So stay tuned. And so with that, it's legs out and away we go. We'll see you next time.